Welcome to Dell Park Arena for this Tuesday night matchup for the under 14 AAA. Oshawa Generals taking on Central Ontario for the first time this season. Trying to build off their victory that they picked up in Rama on the weekend and keep their roll going here after defeating the Toros before that as well, and that goes up and out of play. Starting goaltender, Central Ontario's got Deegan in net, and at the other end, Nolan Hardy is going to be in net for your Oshawa Minor Generals. LePage gets that one and dumps it into the Central Ontario end to start things off here for the first period. Here's a quick shot from the line. That's going to go in wide of the net. It'll be off to the left side here for the Generals to try and set it up in front. Here's a quick shot that hit his stick on the way through as Bluin tries to find that loose puck. Gets it back here to the line now for Conlon Kennedy, who kept it in. Still loose from the side. Riley Brandt trying to get it to his forehand now. He throws one to the goal. It can't get redirected out in front as Central Ontario take it away and now come out through center. Here comes an opportunity now for Bagshaw with a shot just wide. Past the post there. Past Hardy. Here comes an opportunity now back up the other way for Riley Brandt, and his pass was over the stick of Jackman as he starts things off in the neutral zone. There's a shot. There's the first stop there for Deegan as he kicked that one off to the right side. Here comes an opportunity now, flipping this deeper into the zone. First one back there to try and pick it up there was Nolan Hardy to try and fire that around. Tipped out, trying to catch up to this here is Jackman as he's got the wheels, but he just can't finish it as he just got held up just enough before he could get to it. Trying to keep this one in from the line, and we're getting our first penalty, though, coming for interference. Face-off now is off to the left of Hardy to try and fire this around here for Owen Dobbs. He'll find it and dump that off the boards back in behind the Central Ontario net. Trying to pick this up here was Gallinaro, but it went over his stick. From his own end, Central Ontario keep that from behind their own goal. They go for that lead pass over there to the other side as they try and put this in. He'll come up over the blue line for an opportunity now, but he puts the brakes on. Good backhand pass here to the corner as they look at it in front. Here's a quick shot that gets steered off to the right by Hardy. Bonnyman with a shot. That gets knocked down, but the rebound gets fired wide right off the boards. Wrapped out. Not out of the zone. O'Shea kept that in from the line. Still loose here from the left side of the shot. Stopped there by Hardy, who's had to face a couple of shots so far on the Central Ontario power play. Try to keep that in there was O'Shea at the line. This one's going to be kept in by Boyman with a shot as that went wide. Back here to the line. He'll find him. Looking to do something here with the puck. Gets it back here to the other side for Bagshaw with a shot. Kicked aside again by Hardy. Hard around the boards. This one's coming out. Bonnyman's got to go back there in his own end to pick that up. Back there to retrieve it from behind the goal against Dobbs. He'll lead it up through center here, up over the line. And it's Morse with that loose puck now. Morse is trying to make his way through, but he got tangled up at the line. Still loose here from the side as that gets dumped deeper. From behind the net, Conlon Kennedy with it. Hard around the boards. It tried to get tipped out, but not out of the zone. Good job to keep that in for the momentary second back here over to the side. Here comes Medor with it. Medor cuts to the face-off circle, drops it back to the line. Here's O'Shea. O'Shea a shot. Stopped there again by Hardy. Generals get that again and send it down the ice. Deegan's got to stop that from his own end and drop it off for the defense. Lead pass for O'Shea as he tries to move it out. It's a lead pass. It was almost picked up by Hutchings, and Sterling was right in behind him. Nash with the lead pass. That got knocked down. Nash from his own end will backhand it in behind the goal for Sterling. Sterling got a pass up there for Hutchings and couldn't get there with it as they try and dump this right back in here. Sterling knocks that down. Sterling over here for Hutchings again. Max Hutchings tried to bring this up over the line. He'll flip that in. There's a kick stop there by Deegan, and he didn't know where the rebound was, but he finally was able to regroup it and hang on. Here comes a draw that's now off to the left of the Central Ontario goal. Won by Oshawa. Zach Nash a shot right past save. Rebound for Bluin. He can't put it in from the side. Trying to put this back in behind the net again. And it's somewhere onto the back of the net where we'll get a whistle. Here comes a chance now. Davidson's going to take this draw just off to the right of Deegan. The scramble draw taken away by Central Ontario. They flip this out. That hits Sterling on the way back through. Sterling picks this up, or Jackman picked it up. With a lead pass up through center, they bring it in. Looking for somebody here in front. They use Jackman instead. Jackman to the other side for Sterling, back down low. It's a Oshawa power play now. Over here to the other side. Here comes an opportunity now. Sterling with that loose puck. He'll try and send one to the front. Nobody was there. It's back here for Sterling. To the other side, out of the reach of Jackman, who's back here and bringing it back to defense. Jackman uses it again. Ethan Jackman from the slot area now. Sends one to the front of the goal. As they look for a shot, stopped there by Deegan from the right side. From behind the goal now, wrapped around the boards. Trying to get this out of the own end. Jackman picks it up. Trying to shoot that. Couldn't do it. Over here for Davidson, but that was over his stick. Back here for Davidson again. Now for Sterling. Ethan Sterling is trying to keep control of the puck, but he'll push it off to the right side instead. Right to the front and just out of the reach of Jackman. Picked up here by Davidson at the line. Ethan Sterling with a shot on it. Tipped on the way through. Stopped by Deegan. Still loose from the side and they can't jam it in. Picked up by Central Ontario and sent down the ice. Stopped there by Hardy from behind his own goal as he leads it up. That's a lead pass up through center for Riley Brandt, who drops it off to the side for Bartlett, who brings it in. Bartlett had a man there, and it's Bluin trying to keep it here on the left side. Bartlett trying to help out. Gets it back here to the line for Hire, who couldn't shoot that. Right back in behind the goal again for Bartlett as he tries to backhand it away. Hire can't keep that in as that goes through his legs down the ice. Hardy's going to stop that from his own end. Leave it there for Emerson Davis. Only 5 seconds left to go on the power play here for Oshawa. One more rush up the ice here for Hire. He'll dump it deeper into the zone. Dobbs is going to try and be the first one on the puck in behind along with Bluin. Right in front of the goal. That's not going to get redirected. Kept in here by Hire, who tried to take a shot on net, and that's not going to get through. Bartlett gets it back to the line for Davis. He's going to try and step into one, but couldn't get one to the front of the net. Still loose here on the right side. Bluin trying to get that puck out of the zone here for an opportunity. Bluin knocks that down as he tries to put it back in. Right here in front of the net, it got knocked down by a Central Ontario player and goes back into the Oshawa end. Lead pass, and that went over the stick of Dobbs for that great opportunity. Dobbs tried to take this from behind his own net now. A lead pass is broken up there by Chapman, who puts that right back into the zone. From behind the goal there was Hutchings. He couldn't shoot it. From the line is Kennedy, and his shot won't get through. There's a shot as Oshawa puts some pressure on, looking to find the back of the net. Capped in here by LePage. Elijah LePage right in the front of the net. Tip wide. Still loose from the side as they try and put it in. And they do! Out in front of the net, it's Chapman. I believe is the one that gets the last whack at it to make it 1-0 Generals. Face off now from center, gets won by Central Ontario back into their own end. Nolan Lee on that loose puck here for them to get it over here to the other side. To try and find that loose puck here is Hutchings, who puts it back in behind the net. From behind their own goal, Central Ontario have that against Hutchings. Trying to get this back here to the line, but it gets taken away here from center and put back into the zone behind the net for Bartlett. Bartlett trying to win the battle from behind the net now. Along with Hutchings to try and get the puck free. Comes around the other side. Sterling's going to try and keep this in at the line. Throwing one to the front of the goal. He can't get his stick on it. Still loose there was Hutchings. He couldn't get his stick on that. Still loose from center here was Naish. To the other side, out of the reach of Gallinero. O'Shea with a pass through center as he tried to put it in here for Dobbs just over his stick against Howard. Gallinero tried to find that loose puck here at center. Coming up over the line with a shot of the left pad, stopped there by Nolan Hardy. Trying to find that loose puck and get it out here into the zone. That's Bagshot trying to put that back into the zone. Naish from behind his own net with a lead pass is knocked down at center. Push back into the general end. From behind the goal is Zach Naish. Around the boards here for Sterling as he tries to put it around here again for Dobbs and tip it out. And he gets it past Bonnyman out of the zone, and Jackman tries to be the first one on the puck, but he's got a man to beat there in the corner. Right in front of the net, that's not going to get tipped on the way through. Around the boards it goes, trying to keep this in. Blowing gets it back to the line for Emerson Davis with a shot. That's going to get handled with ease by Deegan for a face-off. Face-off now is off to the right of the Central Ontario end. Right on net, that's going to go through the crease area. Higher tried to knock it down. Up through center was Davis to try and keep it in. It'll get poked past him. Back into the corner there was Higher to try and get this on the other side. From his own end, that went over the stick and got kept in from the line. Here's a quick shot that hit a stick and went into the corner. Trying to get that there was blowing out of his own end, and he will. Not out of the zone though. Good job to keep that in by Fleming at the line. Now Lee picks that up. He'll turn it over, and here comes an opportunity to bring it up over the line. A drop pass and a quick shot on goal is stopped there by Deegan and held on to. Bartlett now is going to take this draw just off to the right of the Central Ontario end. He gets it back here to the line. Here's a shot on net. That's not going to get through. Hutchings is trying to battle away at it, along with Chapman from behind. Around the boards it goes. It gets kept in there by LePage on the wall to try and keep it in. Along with Hutchings as you tried to jam it in from the side. It gets stopped there by Deegan. Face-off now is off to the left of the Central Ontario end and gets won by the Wolves as they try and fire it around. It got knocked down by Bartlett though. Trying to keep this in from the line there was LePage and couldn't get to it. Trying to flip this around LePage, and he got knocked down on the other end by Cowart, number 34. All the way down the ice, and that is going to go for icing. Face-off is off to the right, getting won by Central Ontario. Fleming throws one to the net over the stick of O'Rourke. O'Rourke tried to pick up that puck, and Jackman takes it away. Flipping this one through center and put back into the offshore end where Naish picks that up. Hard around the boards for an opportunity now. Jackman trying to kick it to his stick. Here comes an opportunity now. With a pass the other side for Dobbs, just rolled over his stick at the last moment. But Dobbs is winning that battle in the corner. Trying to get it out front for Jackman, who's waiting for a pass, and he gets it, and he fires it, but it gets stopped by Deegan. Trying to keep this in here at the line again. Over here to the other side was Naish to try and keep it in, and now it's Jackman who receives it, but his pass was broken up there on the other end. Trying to get here in the zone, it's steered aside by Hardy. From his own zone now was Sterling out of his own end. With a lead pass to try and tip it in there was Dobbs. As that goes down the ice, and we're getting a penalty for head contact. O'Shea is the one that goes to the box for Central Ontario for the head contact penalty, and it's a face-off that's off to the right of the goal against Deegan. Trying to win this face-off as he comes into the draw. It's off to the right to try and get it back here to the line. Here comes an opportunity now, and it's Higher stepping into it. It got stopped there by Deegan, and that gets cleared away. From their own end, there's Blowen to pick that up, or Davis to pick that up. Davis from his own end will keep that back there as he moves it over here for Higher, trying to put it in. He got tipped over his stick by Bathgate. Tipped back into the General's end from behind the goal. Hardy tried to keep it back there against Davidson to try and sweep it out. Bathgate is over there to try and win that battle. Taken away here by the Generals up through center by Elliot Blowen. Blowen sees a trailer with a shot just high and wide over the mark. As that was Davidson firing it wide. Davidson coming in, there's a quick shot. Nice sliding stop there by Deegan on the one-timer. Back here to the line. That's Sterling with it. Drops it up, or there's a shot that gets into the pads there of Deegan as he holds on to it. Face-off now is off to the right. Trying to get it back here to the line, and that's stepping into it. Stopped there by Deegan as Jackman stepped into that shot. Bartlett's going to take this draw that's off to the left now of the Central Ontario end. Wrapped around the boards. Trying to get kept in here from the line by Jackman. Over here for Chapman. Chapman for Jackman now. Jackman looking for an open lane. Back here for Chapman again. He's going to try and keep control of that puck. He gets it back for Jackman, who can't shoot it. He'll get it back again. Gets another shot. That gets blocked on the way through. It's right from the side. Deegan is going to hop out of his net to cover that up. Face-off now is off to the right of the Central Ontario end. Trying to win this draw here. It goes back here to the line for Jackman again. Jackman can't shoot. Gets it to the other side. Jackman will pick this up, and he'll push it off to the left side to try and shoot. Here for Chapman. Stopped there by Deegan from behind the net now. And we'll get a whistle. Face-off now is off to the left of the Central Ontario end. Back here to the line for Ethan Jackman. Can't shoot. Gets it to the other side for Sterling as they look for the one-timer and can't get it through. Hutchings tried to win that battle behind the net. Trying to get it back here to the line for Jackman again as we have 3 seconds left on the power play. Trying to keep this in on the other side. That gets swept in deeper behind the Central Ontario net. Bartlett tried to put pressure on his man as that gets cleared down the ice and into the corner. First one back there was LePage, and that goes for icing. Key face-off now that's off to the left of the Central Ontario end. Trying to get it back here to the line as that's LePage bringing that in. LePage has it in the zone along with Dobbs. As that tried to get kept in, it does. Good job by Kennedy to hold the blue line, but now taken away by Central Ontario. Lead pass to the other side. They're going to look here for a pass off the back end boards, and here comes Bagshaw offside. Face-off now is just outside of center. Flipped in. That's going past Kennedy into the corner. Kennedy trying to win the draw. It goes back behind that. Right in front. Nobody there. Taken away by Oshawa. From out of their own end comes Gallinaro. Dumping that in. Right into the glove of Deegan, who holds on. Face-off now just off to the left of the goal. Getting one there by Central Ontario as they lead it in. And it's led up all the way in by Coart, who can't shoot it on net. As that goes into Hardy, the net comes off the borings. Face-off is coming off to the left. Trying to get this away. Here comes Dobbs with it. Trying to get it around Fleming for Jackman. Jackman trying for the final shot of the period. He stops and shoots and fires it just wide, and that'll do it for period number 1. Your only goal scorer, I believe, was Chapman out in front of the net, who puts the Generals up by 1 to go to the second period. Face-off here from center. Trying to get put in here to the zone. Dumped in by Sterling. Blowing will dump that in right on goal. It got stopped there with ease as he kicked it aside by Deegan. On that left side, back here to the line. Here's a shot. That goes wide of the blocker hand of Deegan. Trying to keep it in here with Blowing as he collided with Brandt and couldn't do anything with it. That's Mador dumping that deeper into the left side and behind the goal. He takes his man off the puck. Still loose here on the side to try and wrap it around. Knocked down there by Central Ontario. Riley Brandt trying to do the damage on the other side to try and get it out. Here comes another opportunity to get it up there for Blow, and he tries to get free. He's got to get around the defender for an opportunity. He's got Sterling waiting out in front for a pass that can't get to him. And that's going to get gobbled up there by Deegan. Face-off is off to the left now of the goal. Trying to win this battle over behind the net. Right in front. Here comes a chance. Shot. That gets blocked on the way through. Back here to the line for Daviso. He goes for another shot. Howard got out of the way of that one. Back here to the line again for Davis. Here's a shot. Tipped and right pad stopped there by Deegan. Into the corner it goes now for Hutchings. He can't go with it. Howard gets away with it with a pass for Morse, who tries to get free. Morse is going to bring this in now. He can't shoot. Turns it over to Hire as he clears it away. Both players collide there at the Central Ontario bench along with Bartlett. Dumped all the way right back in. Behind the net it goes again for Bonnyman. He'll take the hit and try to get it over here for Howard to tip it away, and that was up there for Scott, who couldn't go with it. From their own end, Oshawa have control of the puck. They look for that open lane to get free. He makes it way up through center for Chapman, who drops it off, but it's a turnover to Bagshaw, who comes away with it. Bagshaw tries to get free, but he's stood up there by LePage and now put right back in by Bathgate and behind the net. Into that corner it goes here for Central Ontario. They're trying to get it back to the line here for Lee. Wrapped around the boards here for an opportunity for Hutchings, who tips it away. Back into their own end comes Nolan Lee after the puck. Lee with a lead pass up through center. That goes over the stick there and right in on goal as it gets covered up by Hardy. Face-off now is off to the left of the Oshawa end. From behind the goal there goes Dobbs. After it, he'll flip it away as he tried to get it past O'Shea. Trying to pick that up and put it back in the zone. Right back in behind the net it goes around the other side here from Medor to try and get it out here against Dobbs. Gallinaro picks it up. Gallinaro tries to get free from that corner now. Trying to set it up in front, he couldn't do it. Sterling will keep it in. From behind the net now, there goes Jackman, and he'll take a hit. Wrapped around the boards here to try and keep it in was Dobbs. But it's a 2-on-1 setting up back the other way as it's an opportunity to shoot that. And he scores through the legs of Hardy to make it 1-1. Faceoff gets won by Scott in his own end. Looking for a pass. That gets knocked down and brought in by Davidson with a shot. That gets up, and he had to look behind him, but Deegan's got control of it. Braden Davidson now to take the draw. He tried to get it back here to the line. Davis isn't going to be able to shoot it, so he puts it back in behind instead. Brandt trying to keep it in on the left wall. Digging away at it on the other side there was Davidson as well. Trying to get it out of his own end. It gets pushed off to the left side and behind the net against Brandt. Off to the side there was Davidson. He squeaks free for Bluen, a shot that gets blocked. Bluen gets it back. Back here to the line for Davis. Davis gets free with a shot. It's going in wide, taking a ricochet off the back end boards. Picked up here by Central Ontario, not out. Good job by Bluen, but he fired it wide. Brandt trying to catch up to it on the other side. From their own zone, they'll push it over here to the other side. They'll try and bounce this off the boards and get it out, as that was an opportunity there for Davidson, but couldn't go with it. From their own end goes Bluen after that loose puck now. Bluen with a lead pass. Gets it up through center, and here comes an opportunity to slap this in on net. Just went over the blocker hand of Morden. Deegan. Here comes an opportunity now. A lead pass for Bovin, bringing this in. That was in offside. Face off now from center. Tipped right back into the Oshawa end. From behind the goal, there's an opportunity to try and set this up. It's a battle on that left side to try and get it out. But it's Central Ontario that get it, but can't send one to the front of the goal. Here they come back up the other way. Let out by Chapman, who brings it in. Makes moves! Stopped there by Deegan, though, with a right pass save. Kept in at the line. Chapman puts that deeper on the backhand. Behind the goal, they try and win this battle to get it out there for Bartlett, who can't get it free. Bartlett trying his hardest to try and get that puck out in front of the net. Chapman from behind the goal, trying to bump him off the puck again. Bagshaw is back there, and he's losing the battle to Chapman as they try and get the puck free. Around the boards it goes, trying to keep hitting here from the line. He does. And can't do anything with the puck. Here's Bagshaw after the loose puck. Hutchings out in front. One-timer. Right pad stopped there by Deegan. Conlon Kennedy out in front. Nobody there but a Navy sweater. Gallinaro can't shoot. Right to the front. Kicked aside by Deegan. Picked up by Central Ontario and tipped out by Nolan Lee. Zach Nash tried to put it in, and there's O'Rourke dumping it in on goal. It's an easy stop there for Hardy as they move it up. Gallinaro lead pass as he tried to spring Dobbs. Bathgate from his own end now. Bathgate's pass was tipped in. Sterling will pick it up. Trying to fire this off the boards again for Dobbs. Trying to put this back in here on the other side was Bonnyman. As that is one almost in offside. Dobbs again will pick it up with a drop pass. Here's a chance here for Jackman. Just fired it wide past the post. Kept in here from the line. Right off to the side. Jackman gets it back here to the line. Had to make sure he stayed onside. There's a shot. Hitting a stick out in front by Bonnyman. And it goes down for a high stick. Face-off getting won there by Central Ontario. Kept in by Sterling. Sterling tried to get it against Medor. Knocked down at center by Zach Naish. Naish tried to put that back in. Here comes an opportunity now. Flipping it off to the corner against Blowen from behind the net. Blowen trying to win that battle from behind the net. It's an opportunity now for Davidson to try and put it back there. Bonnyman is right there to fire it around. It gets kept in here from the line with a shot on net. That gets stopped, and finally find that screen there was Deegan to hold on. Face-off now is off to the left of the goal from behind the net. Flipped around the boards there by Howard. Now for Scott to try and put it in, and that's picked up by Blowen, who dumps that deep pass Fleming into the corner. From behind the net now. Coming around the boards here for Brand, who can't keep it in. All the way back into the zone goes Davis after that loose puck. Davis will keep this from behind his own net as he tries to move it away. It's in that left side to try and get it free and get it past number 5, Bonovan, as that goes back into the corner. Around the boards it goes here for Brant to try and tip it out past Howard as they come out through center. But can't escape the Oshawa end. Here they come, dumping that in past Fleming. All the way into the corner it goes now. Around the boards, it's Fleming on that loose puck. Fleming fires it away. Capped in by Davis, though. Right back in behind the net for Davidson, who tries to hold it there. Hutchings again is trying to dig it free. Hutchings is trying to set it up in front for Davidson, and that pass doesn't work. Trying to get this out in front again for Davidson. Can't get to the front of the net. Tipped away here, and here comes an opportunity for Howard, but he's going to run out of room. From their own end, Oshawa picked that up with Hire. Getting it up here for Chapman as he tries to get free. Here comes another opportunity as he puts the brakes on and takes it back in behind the net. He's finding some open ice now. Chapman trying to bring it in. Drop pass. Hutchings shot. Blocker save. Rebound. Chapman scores! Chapman cashes in on a loose puck and puts it through the legs of Deegan to make it 2-1. Face off here from center now. Trying to win that way. It was Gallinaro flipping this away. Knocked down by Nolan Lee. Turnover. Gallinaro on net. Stopped there by Deegan. From their own end, he moves this away. That's trying to get kept in, but we're going to get a penalty coming up here for head contact. Face off was off to the right of Hardy. Penalty went to the Generals for the head contact. So Central Ontario get the opportunity to tie this game up. That comes out over the line, trying to race after the puck to beat his man, but Boven won that. And he brings it in, trying for the back end. That's going to go in wide to the front of the goal. Hardy tried to pick it up. We're getting another penalty, and it looks like this one's coming for hooking. Face-off is coming off to the left of Deegan from behind the net. Trying to win this battle there in the corner. Blowen trying to pick that up. It goes back here to the line for Sterling. Sterling right to the front of the net. It's right loose there at the side. Rebound, they score! Out in front of the net, Blowen tucks it in on his own rebound. Out in front, and it's the biggest lead of the game for the Generals with a 3-1 lead. Face off here from center. That'll be Sterling on that. Getting it up there for Blowen to try and bring it in with a drop pass. And it's Brant trying to cut free with some nice moves. But he backhands it wide, then gets taken out behind the goal. From behind the net, there's Brant again. to try and get around the defender. He's waiting for Bluen out in front there for a pass. Taken away there by Central Ontario as they backhanded away. Sterling tried to put it back in. That was going to be offside. Just a student. No, he kept it onside though. I thought that was offside, but here comes an opportunity. Flip past Naish. He'll flip this away. Bonnyman on that loose puck now. Got it up there for center. And here comes an opportunity now with a shot that's going in wide. Picking it back up off the boards. Court got it back to the line for Bonnyman, who gives it back for Court. Bluen will take that from his own end now and skate away free through center. Elliot Bluen with a drop pass for Sterling. Caught out of the air by Deegan. Face-off now is off to the left of the goal. Back in behind the net that goes. Trying to stick to his man against Fleming, and Davidson's all over him. Trying to cause a turnover from their own end. Boyven trying to get here to the other side now for Bagshaw. Bagshaw brings us up over the line. He's not going to be able to shoot just yet. Kept in. Here's Fleming a shot. Caught out of the air by Hardy. 3:40 left to go here in period number 2. It's been an eventful here. Second period. Generals have 2 goals after Central Ontario tied things up, and that's given them a 3-1 lead here. Bartlett trying to do this puck here, dumps it deep, trying to find Hutchings off on the left corner. Fleming is trying to pin him there from behind the net. Trying to keep it in. There's a shot. Kicked aside there by Deegan. Trying to find that loose puck, and that gets free and over the stick of Davis. Still loose here from center and poked back in by Chapman. Right back in behind the net now. Here comes an opportunity now with Boven. Can't get to it as that gets poked back into the corner. Fleming after the loose puck to try and fire it around. That gets free and down the ice. Back into his own end that comes as he picks that up. Trying to flip this off the boards for Chapman. Couldn't get to it. Boven will dump that in as that goes over the stick of Kennedy right in on goal and gets frozen up there by Hardy. Faceoff now is off to the left to the Oshawa end. Wins it back here to the line. Looking to take a shot through a screen. It got knocked down. Trying to flip this away. Off on the races is Ethan Jackman with a shot. That'll go into the bread basket of Deegan to hold on. Jackman now to take this draw against Gallinaro. Gallinaro will pick that up. Bonnyman will fire that around. Trying to keep this in there was Naish. Naish is off to the side. From behind the net. It's trying to be a battle here to get one by Gallinaro. Right in front, that gets taken away by Central Ontario. Trying to get around Naish for an opportunity, taken off his stick. Bonnyman can't get to that. So it's trying to get backhanded in there by Bluen. From their own end. Taken away there by Owen Dobbs to try and put it back in. It's still loose there at the side to try and put it back in the zone. And it's Sterling on that. He'll dump that deep back into the corner. From behind the net, Bluen trying to win the race. It's off to the side as it comes around here for an opportunity for Brandt to drop it off. Riley Brandt on that loose puck back here to the line for Sterling. Sterling can't shoot. He pushes it off to the side for Brandt, and Bluen picks it up. From the side, they try and jam it in. Deegan got a stick on that. Trying to get it out. It gets cleared away, and here comes Zach Naish at center. Naish from center will get it over here for Sterling, but he can't get to it. Trying to pick this up on the other side with a lead pass for Bluen. Dumps it deep on net. There's a kick stop there by Deegan as he holds on. Face-off now is off to the left of the Central Ontario end. From behind the net, Fleming tried to backhand it away against Medor. Medor tried to keep it in. Bathgate helped out and they cleared away, but not out. As it went over the stick of Morrison, then he blocks a shot. Bartlett tried to send one to the front of the net. It goes wide. Chapman trying to win the battle now. Ethan Chapman against Medor on the other side. Kicks free. Bartlett out. Walks with a shot just fired over the blocker hand of Deegan. Trying to get this out. As that was a great opportunity for Bartlett that fanned on. Chapman trying to keep it there in the corner, but we're getting a penalty coming up here for sloshing. Face-off is won by Central Ontario. Looking to get the final shot on net here of the second period as that's off to the right side. Back here to the line, Fleming does a good job to keep it in, and his shot on net is kicked off to the right by Hardy as that was cleared away with ease. Trying to kick this out as that is up in the air. Time for one more shot on net, and that one is going to go in wide as well. 2 goals with the score tied up at 1. One by Chapman and one by Bluin has the Generals up by 2 to go to the third. Face-off won by Central Ontario to kick things off. Lead up here for Court, and that goes over his stick. Fleming picks that up as he tries to put it in. And that goes over here for Court again. Court got it back here for Howard, who tried to take the shot. It's back here for Fleming again, who tries to take a shot to the front of the goal. Stopped there by Hardy. Face-off now is off to the left of the Oshawa Generals goal, wrapped around the boards. That's going to get out past Fleming, and Dobbs is going to lead in on a 2-on-1. Dobbs, Jackman can't get a pass over there to him. Here comes an opportunity now for Central Ontario from their own end. Brought in by Bathgate over the line. Bathgate got it swept away as it goes back in behind the net. Right in front of the goal. Right in front, stopped there by Hardy as that gets cleared down the ice. Leaving it from behind his own goal there for Central Ontario to start it out. Over here to the other side, they look for a lane for Court. Over his stick, and LePage hit his stick, and Dobbs had to try and jump to pick that one down. Over here to the other side for an opportunity for Bathgate now. Bathgate from center will drop it back here to the line and get it over here for Court with a lead pass. And it's up over the line now for an opportunity. He can't shoot it, so he'll keep control of it and try and get it back here for Boven as that gets taken away here by Blowen to try and get it out of his own end. From their own zone, a shot stopped by Hardy as he knocked it down and fired back around the boards, kept in here from the line. Right back down low, trying to cut out here from the shot from Bagshaw. Is kicked aside by Hardy with a left pad and cleared away. O'Shea knocks that down from center. Hard around the boards past Scott as that goes down the ice and goes for icing. Face-off was off to the left side. From behind the net, Blowen. Davis tried to keep it in. Backhand right to the front of the net, gets kicked aside there by Deegan. There's a shot that's not going to get through. Kobe Heyer tried to get there from the front of the net. It gets kicked aside again by Deegan from his own end. Wrapped around the boards here for an opportunity now. Davis gets tripped up on the other side as they try and put this back in over the line against Brant. Up over the line there was an opportunity as he tried to keep it in there against Mador. Mador from center tried to back in this end. That gets knocked down by Davis as they tried to put it back in, and it goes down for a high stick. Faceoff gets won by Central Ontario as they move it to the other side now for Fleming, who tries to ring it in. Dump back in behind the goal. Hardy tries to drop that there for Sterling, who fires it around for Chapman now. Chapman can't get it out of his own zone off that wall. From behind their own net, it'll come around the other side now. Tipped away by Hutchings and capped in by Fleming. His shot gets knocked down. Bartlett tried to pick it up. Couldn't do it, and now Lee will take this from his own end. Nolan Lee goes for the pass. It got broken up. Trying to catch this on the other side with a dump-in shot. That gets blocked away there by Deegan into the corner. From behind, they crush each other, trying to keep it in. As that goes into the corner now for an opportunity for Fleming. He'll meet Bartlett in behind the net as they try and get this out. It's a lead pass over here to the other side for Naish, as Zach Naish tried to put this back in the zone. Hutchings helps him out as he puts it deeper back in behind the Central Ontario net. They'll lead this from their own end with a lead pass, and it got up there for Court. Just out of his reach against LePage here for an opportunity. Conlon Kennedy tried to put it in as that goes back into the corner. LePage has a man on him, that's Court, trying to get here to the other side against Gallinaro. From their own end, trying to get up here with Dobbs with a shot. They're stopped there by Deegan as he holds on to it. Face off right in front of the goal. That goes over the stick there as they try and keep it in for LePage as he holds it in from the line. Right back in behind the net there for Dobbs as they try to keep it in. Up through center. Bumped off the puck there on the other side against Davis. Trying to put it in. Dobbs will try to reach out the puck here in the offensive end but Central Ontario try and take it away along with Dobbs in the corner. They're trying to win this battle here on the left side as everybody's in there digging away at it. Comes free as it walks out. Shot. Stopped there by Deegan. Still loose from the side, trying to jam it in as Deegan is down on his belly and keeps it out. Shot on net. That goes in behind the net. Wrapped around the boards. Higher tried to keep it in. Trying to keep this in from the blue line. It's still loose here from the side and tried to get put in by Davidson on net. Stopped there with ease by Deegan as he tried to get it out. Back in behind the net there for Hutchings as he tried to jam it in. Along with Davidson from behind the net. It's back in behind the goal. They're trying to get that puck free from the corner. It's out here for Central Ontario as they try and clear it away. Right in on goal, and it's going to go in wide. Coming around the boards again for an opportunity for Riley Brandt as he tries to keep it in. Along with Higher. He couldn't do anything with the puck as it comes here to the other side for Chapman now. Chapman looks for some open ice and he drops it for Brandt, who's going to dump that deeper into the right corner. Chapman tried to help on the other side with Bartlett to try and keep it in. Good job there by Hutchings as he was falling. Kept that puck in from the line. Central Ontario get the opportunity to clear, but couldn't get it out. Still loose there in the corner there was Hutchings, but he couldn't do anything with the puck though. From behind the net, they're looking for an open lane to flip this away. It'll come up through center here for an opportunity up over the line on net. Stopped there by Hardy, and he had to pounce on his own rebound. Face-off shot on net, stopped there by Chapman. Right back to the line for Fleming with a shot. That goes in wide. Sterling trying to pick this around the boards now for Kennedy now. Kennedy will pick this up. Or Naish, sorry, pick that up. Back in behind the net. Sterling picks that up now. Sterling from behind his own net. Tries to move this away with a pass up through center. Poking up here by Howard as he puts it in. Back into the left corner as they try and get it back here to the line. That'll get knocked down there by Fleming again. As they try and put this in here over at the boards area. Swept into the zone here for an opportunity. Here comes Hutchings going after the puck against Bonnyman. Hutchings tried to win that battle against Bonnyman as it comes to the other side now for LePage. Back here for Naish, out of his reach. Naish will drop it back there for LePage, who tries to keep it from behind the goal and start it out. Here comes LePage from his own end with a drop pass. Here comes Dobbs now with a shot. That gets gathered up there by Deegan as he holds on. Face-off now is off to the left of the goal. Trying to set this up. LePage tried to pick it up here on the other side as he tried to put it in. It's up over here for Dobbs as he tries to get that loose puck in the zone. Big hit on the other side there by Gallinaro, but that's going to cost him for some minutes in the penalty box as he took down Bagshaw. Face-off now is off to the left of the goal to come around the other side to get kept in here by O'Shea. Bathgate tried to set it up in front over here for Dobbs. Dobbs tries to put this in to try and get around the defender. Taken off his stick there by Central Ontario as they lead it in. All the way in comes Bagshaw up, or Bathgate up over the line. Bathgate from behind the net. Keeps control of it and sends it up in front. Nobody there for the tip. Kept in here again by Coart, who dumps it in behind the goal. That'll get picked up by Higher and fired out. Not out of the zone. O'Shea trying to get here on the other side against Dobbs to win the battle. Still loose from center as that's Dobbs trying to win the battle and brought in here again by Bathgate, who gets stripped of it. Right back into the Central Ontario end that goes into the corner. They'll look for a lead pass from their own end. He puts the brakes on and goes back into the zone here for an opportunity. From behind their own net, they'll lead this out. And that stretch pass was almost broken up there by Davidson in the offensive end. Around the boards it goes for a pass. That one over the stick there, Bathgate, and comes out. Here comes Davidson, a shot. Blockered away there by Deegan. Still loose. And comes free here for Central Ontario from out of their own end. He'll have a man on him. Turns over. Here it comes, blowing up through center to bring it in with a shot. That gets caught with ease by Deegan as he takes another face-off. Face-off is off to the left. Have an opportunity from behind the goal here for Central Ontario. Bartlett is trying to keep him back there. They'll go for that lead pass here to the other side to try and bring it in. O'Shea will pick that up. From his own end with a lead pass. It's broken up through center. Trying to bring it in. Here's Howard with a backhand pass. It gets taken away. Still loose. Here's a shot. Whistled in wide on the other end by Bagshaw. Still loose. Trying to find that loose puck. It goes in on net. Steered aside there by Deegan from behind the goal. Chapman tried to get it back here to the line, but back comes Central Ontario up over the line. And it's Bagshaw trying to set it up. Right in front. Can't get it out of front of the goal. Kept in. Coming in there was Bonnyman with a shot going wide. Sterling trying to clear it, and he will send it the length of the ice. It's a rolling puck going for icing. Face-off is off to the left of the goal to try and win that battle. From behind the net, it comes around the boards here for Hutchings to tip it out as he gets it past Bonnyman. Racing after it there was Jackman to try and win that race in the corner. Taken off his feet in behind the goal to try and stay up on his feet now. It's back in behind the net, tripped up, still loose and can't take that loose puck and will get a penalty coming up. Face-off now is coming off to the right of the Central Ontario end. It'll be a power play for Oshawa. Trying to win this draw here to start off this power play on the right foot. Jackman stepping up back from the line. Wins it. Trying to get it over here again for Jackman now. It gets it to the other side. Here comes Sterling pushing it off to the side. Sterling for Jackman. Jackman sets it to the side. Here for an opportunity. Can't shoot. Trying to get it back to the line, but stolen away. Not out. Kept in from the line for Jackman again. Jackman is shot. Whistled it wide past the mark. Coming around again here for Sterling now. Sterling for Jackman. Can't shoot. Got it to the other side. Here's a shot. Stopped there and handled by Deegan. Face-off now is off to the right of the Central Ontario end. It's back in behind the net now to try and get it back there for Ethan Sterling. Sterling will get it over here to the other side. Jackman is trying to shoot it. It hit a stick. Still loose from the side. It rolls in. Got kicked aside by Deegan again. From behind the net, setting up Jackman. Ethan Jackman puts it down low right in front, just out of the reach. Still trying to get it. Back in here again. Jackman stepping into it. That goes wide. Coming around the boards again for Sterling now. Sterling for Jackman. Trying to shoot this on net. That gets stopped there by Deegan as he got a piece of it. Trying to put this back in behind the goal again. Still loose as Davidson tried to get Gallinaro on the other side. Picked up by Central Ontario and cleared down the ice. Back into the corner. Stopping that was Hardy from his own end. Finding Jackman as he tried to put it in with a lead pass up there for Elliot Bluin. Just out of his reach as he tips it deeper back in the corner. From behind the net goes Ethan Sterling after the loose puck. 20 seconds left to go on this 5-on-3 opportunity. From their own end. Trying to get it around as he takes it from behind the net as he tried to set it up. They've got a man sitting right up back at the line, and that's Conlon Kennedy. Can't shoot. To the other side. Shot on net. Stopped there by Deegan, and he'll hold on. Face-off is deep back into the zone past Kennedy. Into the corner now as it's back in behind the net where Davis picks it up. From behind the goal now, it's an opportunity to get it up there for Heyer to try and get away. Heyer is bringing it up over the line with Dobbs, and it's offside. Face-off from center, and it's Fleming with that loose puck to try and dump it in. Dumped around the boards against Cord as he tried to put it back in behind the net against Bartlett now. Bartlett tried to set that up in front now for an opportunity against Chapman as they try and keep it in here on the other side. That's Hutchings trying to win the battle. A lead pass is almost broken up there at center and now picked up by Bartlett again. Bartlett from his own zone tried to get that pass. It was broken up there by Bathgate, but he tried to get out his own rebound. Bathgate again will bring this in. Getting hooked and slashed, but still going to pick up that loose puck here on the left side. Coming around the other now. Big hit there in the corner. Howard tried to take his man off the puck. Deegan's gone to the bench for the extra attacker, so the empty net is at the other end for Central Ontario. Fleming brings it in. Fleming putting that deep in the corner. From behind the net. Right in front, nobody there. Back here to the line for Fleming, who pushes it deep. Sterling is back there now. Sterling is getting pushed around along with Bartlett from behind the net. He's still loose, trying to find that loose puck and get it free. Face-off won by Central Ontario. Scott drops it back to O'Shea. Pushes it off to the corner now. O'Rourke's shot. That goes in wide. Trying to pick it up here on the other side. They get it back here to the line. Shot on net. It's stopped there by Hardy, and he'll cover it up. Face-off is won by Central Ontario. O'Shea keeps that in. A shot to the net is tipped just through the crease area. Picked up here by Oshawa as they dump it down. That'll be an icing call. Face-off is off to the left now of Nolan Hardy. Trying to win that battle here off the draw. Comes back to the line. They chip it free and out. Here comes an opportunity now to put it back in. Puts the brakes on and then goes back. Bathgate sees the pressure on. Got it up there for Bradshaw, now for O'Rourke. Might be time for one more shot, but Jackman takes it away and flips it up. An open net to shoot it. And bullseye! It's into the back of the net as Chapman picks up the hot trick, as that's going to ice this game as the Oshawa Generals come up with a 4-1 win over Central Ontario. A buzzer beater there for Chapman as he picks up the hot trick. The big win here for the under-14 AAA Oshawa Minor Generals as they keep a roll going. This is 3 in a row after beating Clarington, also defeating Rema, and now this win in the books against Central Ontario. Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday night. I'm the voice of MJ Broadcasting, Mike Jackman.